that a second time just to get you a look. But, just for fun, let's see if you can be louder than that. Good evening, Civic Number 3! Anybody in this audience seen this show before? Many of you, welcome back. For those of you who do not know me, let me introduce myself. I am comic hypnotist Michael Ray. And tonight, I'm going to be your host. Your host into a world, the bizarre.
Yeah!
A world not unlike that of parapsychology and ufology. I am, of course, talking about the world of hypnosis. Now, the reason I make these parallels is because, like parapsychology and ufology, hypnosis does have sufficient amount of documentation, but it's yet to be fully accepted by the scientific community as a whole. Although the techniques have been used throughout the centuries by Celtic Druids, Chinese teachers of religion, and African witch doctors, it was not until relatively recent history that we know anything about hypnosis. The year was 1776, and an Austrian doctor released his doctoral dissertation entitled The Planetarium Flux. In that paper, he theorized that you and I, like the planet Earth itself, were magnetic in nature. If you and I were sick mentally or physically, it was because, according to his theories, that our magnetic flux was out of alignment. And he literally traveled France, curing people by touching them with magnetized rods. This Austrian doctor's name was Franz Anton Mesmer, hence the term mesmerism. More recently, in the year 1842, Dr. James Braid witnessed the phenomenon. Its somber-like appearance. And he coined a phrase borrowing from the Greek god of sleep, hypnos, hence the term hypnosis. But let me assure you, hypnosis is not sleep. And you can prove this to yourself tonight if you're a consenting adult. At about 3 in the morning, wake yourself and whisper into the ear of a sleeping bedmate. And try to get that person to do something he or she would not ordinarily do for you. It doesn't work, God knows I've tried. Rather, hypnosis is a relationship of trust between the subject and the operator. Now, there are 3 types of people who cannot be hypnotized. First is the idiot.
Tommy! Pretty smart.
By that I do mean the clinical definition. Those with reduced mental capabilities cannot focus their attention long enough to go into a state of hypnosis. The second type of person that cannot be hypnotized is the drunk. Actually, a drunk will go under very, very quickly and easily, but it's only a matter of time before the only thing you'll hear from them is... The third type of person that cannot be hypnotized is the defiant. Those who go, no, not me. I'm at a disadvantage because I wear the title. Guys, we're in here like for 20 minutes going, I can't wait for the show to start. As soon as it starts, you get more involved with each other. Wow, thanks. Hurt my feelings. Okay, where the hell was I? The defiant. Those who say, no, not me. I'm at a disadvantage of the title hypnotist. People will recognize me and they'll go, no. However, let me tell you this. Each and every one of you in this audience right now has been hypnotized before. Nobody warned you first. So you weren't able to go, eh. Examples, you're reading a book, you're watching a movie, you laugh, you cry. Your emotions have been manipulated or hypnotized, if you will. You go to the doctor, he says, it's a little pinprick, gets out his needle, he says, just relax, no big deal. Done. If the same doctor took the same needle and said, hold on to the arm of the chair, it's a big SOB, here it comes! It would hurt more. It's called waking hypnosis. Doctors and dentists use it all the time, but to make it easier. My thing for the longest while was driving the north way back up this way from Albany, and I would go like exit 6, exit 7, and now I'm approaching exit 9, completely spacing out the twin bridges. You've done it, you've driven, you go, I don't recall any of those landmarks that I go past. It's road hypnosis. It happens to everyone. Now, before we get started with the show, I'm going to give everyone here an opportunity to test for yourself where you lie on a continuum. This is not a yes or no proposition, but rather a variable. Where in that continuum do you lie in your ability to accept suggestion? I'm going to do that with 2 tests. I'm going to show you those in advance because when we actually do the test, we're going to do them with our eyes closed. That serves a couple of purposes. With our eyes closed, you can better use your mind's eye to see, to feel, and to experience what it is I'm describing to you. Secondly, with your eyes closed, the people up front aren't paranoid. The people in the back are watching what they're doing. So please, follow along. Take your hands like this. Intertwine your fingers nice and tight together. Then when I ask, place your hands palm upward towards the ceiling like this. Go ahead. Now, if you are seated next to somebody with bad body odor, I apologize. Oh, you don't think I know the lacrosse team just got in here? I know.
Yeah!
Now, once you get into that position, I'm going to give you a suggestion. Ask that you use your mind's eye to see, feel, and to experience what it is I'm describing to you. Go ahead and put your hands down. The second test involves the dominant hand. That's the one you write with. Bend your elbow, bring your hand right up, eye level, placing now your finger against your thumb, not like an OK sign, but rather fingerprint to thumbprint. Nice and tight, and with the other 3 fingers pressed down towards those 2. Again, once we're in that position, I'm going to give you a suggestion. I'm going to ask you to use your mind's eye, use your full imagination to see, to feel, and to experience what it is I'm describing to you. Go ahead and put your hands down. Now, what's he talking about, using my mind's eye? Simple enough. I'm going to ask you one question. Close your eyes and answer this question. How many windows are on the lower floor of your home?